Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Happy July, everybody. Happy Independence Day. I just wanted to say that first of all. Happy birthday, America. It's a great day today here in America. Sadly, I have to go to work. But that's how it works. That's how it is. Some jobs you have to work on holidays, and some days you don't. I have to work on a holiday. So happy July 4th, everyone. And happy birthday, America. It's a great country to live in, and let's continue to make America great again. So now, that was just the first part. Second part is this. I'm going to talk about today why you should not, or why I'm against electric vehicles. So that's the title. Why am I against electric vehicles? First, we have to think about something here. You know, there's a big push from the federal government and these car companies to have you noticed that a lot of these car companies are going away from the normal aspirated gas fuel injected vehicles and going straight to all EV, all electric vehicles, all battery operated vehicles. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to quote protect the planet, then fine. But let me just tell you something. What the car companies and the government are not thinking about, because they want to regulate everything, is that I don't think every single household in America wants to have a full electric EV vehicle. First of all, is the federal government going to pay for every single house, every single apartment, every single parking lot to have a recharging station, whether it's in a parking lot or a movie theater parking lot or apartment parking lot or even or just wherever? I don't think so. Number two, what's the big push? The federal government, let me tell you something. You cannot, and car companies, you cannot force American citizens to buy electric vehicles when they do not want to have one. Now, again, if you want to buy a full EV, a full electric vehicle, that's fine. Go right ahead. If you can afford it. Because do you know how expensive electric vehicles are? They are very expensive. And it takes you years to pay back the interest or the actual cost of loaning a electric vehicle. And so, oh, excuse me. I'm gonna just leave that in there. Are you guys? Another thing is that these car companies aren't thinking about is what if you are driving down the highway and your battery, whether you're in a Tesla or whatever, dies out. There's not enough battery left to get you home, and you have to pull off to the side of the road. What are you going to do? You have no power grid, and actually that's another thing I'll get to in just a minute. There are no charging stations on the side of the highway, is there? When's the last time you've driven down the highway and you've seen little charging poles, little charging stations on the side of the highway? They don't exist, do they? Speaking of the power grid, you do realize that our power grid is failing. If these states, say like California and some of these other states out west, want to regulate that everyone has a electric vehicle by 2026 or 2030 or whatever their ridiculous year is, then those states better start putting on their thinking cap and saying, wait a minute, do they really even have the budget for something like this? No. They do not. And again, getting back to the fact that if your car does break down, if your battery does run out of juice on the highway, what are you going to do? You're going to call up AAA? Say, yes, my lovely Tesla just ran out of gas, just ran out of battery juice, and I need a recharge. How many hours will it be before you can get a person out here to help recharge the vehicle? See, you're not thinking about that, are you? Common sense would be get a gasoline electric hybrid vehicle, like a Toyota Prius. Not the plug-in, the one that's gas and electric. Or get a Honda Insight that's gas and electric. Get a vehicle that is gas and electric at the same time, where you can still fill up your fuel tank and still have battery left in your car. Because most of these hybrid vehicles, at least the older models, why do you think they have gas and electric? Because when you step on the gas, it recharges and regenerates the batteries and keeps it filled up. That way you don't have to be on a certain, you don't have to worry about, oh, am I going to make it to point A and do I have enough battery left? Also, these charging stations in your homes, do you know how expensive they are? Now, I'm not a mathematician or anything, but I believe that they are very expensive. And remember, when it comes to these charging stations, what are these? These are level 1s, level 2s, and level 3s. And if you do have a charging station in your house, do you really want to pay the extra fee to add that to your monthly electric bill? No, thank you. So it is common sense to still buy a all gasoline electric vehicle like I have. Again, if you want to get a mild hybrid that's gasoline and electric, go right ahead. I'm not against that. But please, for the love of Pete, think about it. Do you really want to spend all that money for a vehicle that maybe the range is what, 300-400 miles on a battery? Sometimes maybe less. And also, do you know how much money it costs to get those batteries replaced? A lot of money. So those are my reasons why I would not buy a electric vehicle. So guys, comment down below if you think I am right or if I'm just going crazy. And also, I want to know what country do you live in, and do you have the same issues and concerns too, whether you live here in America or Canada or somewhere else in the world. Guys, have a great day. Happy Independence Day, everybody. God bless. Remember, you're loved by God, and life is short. Make it count. Have a great day, everybody. God bless you all.